Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso, the president of Burkina Faso, wants to step down, according to the reports that are coming out from Burkina Faso. Hello, I am Mahlet Ayele, your host at Connect Africa, bringing you the latest from the continent. Now, and particularly as you have been here from the Sahel region. So this is really a sad news, although we don't know the end result of it. So I am going to look at in this video, how do we know this? And then how, what is the reaction, or is this what the Burkinabes wants? And as a Pan-African platform, I would give, my opinion and and what's best for the continent. Okay. And the Burkinabes as well. So how do we know? When Ibrahim Traore came as a president, it was in September 30, 2022. Okay. Now from September 2022, in October, he became officially the president of Burkina Faso. Now, that is October 22. Up until now, he has been in power for about 20 months. So in October, in the same month, also there was convened a committee. There was a meeting that created a committee of assembly of a legislative for transition government, in which the condition was for the military government led by Ibrahim Traore, Captain Ibrahim Traore, to pass power to the Democrat one in 2 years' time. And the election day was actually set during October 2022 to be in July 2024. So now July is coming up. We are in May and there's only June. So that was kind of activated now. So what they have done is they convened a meeting, this assembly legislative for transition in this month in May, and they have released a press release by the Minister of Territory. His name is Emile Bazor, if I'm not mistaken, Minister of Territorial of Burkina Faso. So he did a press briefing in which he said, I'm going to share it with you here, and I'm going to read it, okay? So it says, look, in quotation, just to refresh what I said, Traore established a transitional government and legislative assembly for 21 months. Okay, a period set to expire on July 1 this year. Now, quotes, this is what the minister said, national meetings have been called for May 25 and 26, exactly a week from now. That's what it means, in Ouagadougou. According to press release signed by Minister of Territorial Administration, Emile Zarbo, okay, not Bazero, Zarbo, and read on national television. He read it on the national television of Burkina Faso, and this is quote again, these meetings will enable representatives of the nation's active forces to deliberate on the next steps to be taken in the transition, so which will run until July 1st, 2024, as stipulated in the October 14th, 2022 charter. So the announcement said, so when those committee came together, that assembly of legislative for transition, they have set a date, as I told you, for it to expire, and they have written this charter. So they are now acting according to, based on that charter. So this meeting now that is called for May 25 and 26 will bring together from the people from the civil society, from the from political parties, and from the military. And then in quotation it says, take stock of the past months. Okay, that is what it says. Yeah, it's a bit, kind of, it's crunching me inside. Then why now? So that actually this takes us to the next question I said I'm going to answer. This is what he said, the Minister of Territorial, Emile Zerbo. And is this what the Burkinabes want? That is the main thing we need to ask, because at the end of the day, the leader that's going to be there is going to lead this nation, the Burkinabes, and also the region, and also to the continent. We want leaders, African leaders, to be Pan-African leaders. We all have been there, the Burkinabes, and we together with them, the Pan-Africans, supporting this man. So is this what the people want? At the end of the day, that is the question we need to ask. So now that being said, that being asked, let me share one thing with you. Okay, now surprisingly, what of course the Burkinabes do not want, not surprisingly, the Burkinabes is not what they want, meaning Ibrahim Traore stepping down from his presidential position. This is the man they want them to lead them, not only in the transition period, but also to continue. They don't want him really to leave them. And how did they express that? Okay, wait, watch. Of course, I mean, no one will be surprised with this one, but let's watch it. It's good to see is to believe, right? I'm gonna play this for you. Shout out to this video, to this channel. Actually, I'm gonna say the name. Let me just say the name first. Just a second, because I really have to give credit. Africa Reloadable. I think that's the name. Africa Reloaded. Okay, that is the name. Okay, so I give credit to that. This is where I took it. Just like
the citizens of Burkina Faso have enjoyed the leadership of Ibrahim Traore so much so that on May 11th, thousands of Burkinabes gathered at the municipal stadium in Ouagadougou.
You see, on May 11, when that Minister of Territorial came with that press briefing on May 9, okay, on May 9, he released that to tell them, okay, this Assembly Legislative for Transition will convene on May 25 and 26, and will decide on what's going to happen after July 1st, because that's the time that expires for Ibrahim Traore's leadership. Okay, immediately 2 days after, this is the people of Burkinabes in the stadium in Ouagadougou,
the capital of Burkina Faso, to pledge support for the extension of Traore's transition period. This is historic. It is very rare for citizens in African countries to come out en masse to demand that the current ruling government continue to rule them. In fact, in the last 2 decades, it has never Burkina Faso, this is what is happening. The interesting thing is that the thousands of people who gathered were not only Burkinabe locals, they also included activists and visitors from neighboring Sahel countries. This means that those people who think that Ibrahim Traore was the one who probably pressured the citizens of Burkina Faso to come out and support him are dead wrong. He cannot influence people from outside Burkina Faso if that were the case. These people, including activists within and outside Burkina Faso, came to support Traore because they knew how committed and dedicated he had been to the country. Thousands of citizens came to support Traore, yet no Western media carried this news. Why? This just proves the point that these media platforms are used by the West to control the narrative of African countries to suit their interests. Imagine if it was the reverse, that instead of the citizens gathering to support Traore's government, they gathered to demand an end and the swift transition to civilian rule. There is no doubt that Western media would be the first to carry it and spread the news.
Okay, so after you have witnessed it with me, those are thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people who came in less than 48 hours after it was announced by their minister to support their government. Are we surprised? No, because not only the Burkinabes, we also want when I say we, the Pan-Africans, we really want, and Africans, brothers and sisters, they want this man to lead, not only Burkina Faso, they want him to lead even the Sahel Alliance, Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali added together, and also the whole region of West Africa, and that to be reflected to the African Union. This is the man that we have hoped that it will change the gear for once and for all of the leadership of African leadership, not only in Burkina Faso, but in the region. And so that the African Union, can copy from it, or the African Union can be changed from within, because we have tried a lot and we all have, what we have kept on producing is puppets. So this is a man that where a lot of Africans globally Africans have hoped that he will bring what our leaders, when they established the Organization of African Unity on that day, May 25, 1963, will be, completed. That he's the man, the incarnation of, he's the man who, the people said the incarnation of Thomas Sankara, the incarnation of Patrice Lumumba, the incarnation of Kwame Nkrumah, you name it, all those leaders. So, that's what you saw. The Burkinabes do not want him to go. So now this will bring me finally, what do I think as a Pan-African platform and people behind me on this channel or in this platform, is that definitely Ibrahim Traore should not leave the power. At the end of the day, it's what the people want. So what are they going to do on July 1st? Okay, to end it? And then do we have to have leaders every time through elections, through the definition of the West? No. What did election have taught us? If anything, election is equal to, in Africa, it's where it is guaranteed the West can be sure their puppet can take power. If anything, that's what we learned from election. So we do not want democracy when it comes to Africa. Even there, we think that they have democracy. It's always that they have leaders in the West that will continue to perpetuate their crimes and, theft and exploitation and neo-colonialism in Africa. That is the kind of leaders they will have in their country. We have seen so much in their parliament, opposing what the West is doing and opposing the imperialist work that they have been, continuing to do. But will those people, that we saw in parliament or in Senate will take power in the West? No, they don't. Because they will make sure that those people do not, just to show us that in their parliament there is a democracy of talking, okay? So why do you think that this will work in Africa? As I always said, I will stand by my word. There are good coups and there are bad coups. And what happened in the Sahel region is a good one. It's a revolution. It doesn't even equal to the word to a coup d'etat. Okay, this is what the people wanted. You did not leave any option to the Nigerians or to the Malians or to the Burkinabes to bring a leader that will, serve the interest of the nation. So finally, what happened is it's from within the military that, changed the whole system of the government. And this is exactly something that we have expected, that for a change to happen from within, that it will be what happened in Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger can happen from within. It can change the leadership of ECOWAS. It can change the leadership for, other regional RECs, as the AU calls it, regional economic cooperation. And then that can be on the bigger picture to the African Union. Okay, so if it's to serve the interest of the people, then why do we need to set an end date for this? This is the people have told again and again. I mean, he has survived a number of coups, okay, a number of assassination attempts. And we have seen how people on social media of Burkina Faso in the middle of the night came out to support this man, to show that they don't want anything to happen to this man. After all this, why do you need to talk about even the end date of his leadership, unless you want to kind of create a chaos in the country? This is, of course, my question. But besides that, why do I say so? To really speak of what he has done in the country since he came in the past 18 or not 20 months. This man, of course, has cut first of all, he stopped his salary. He has cut the salaries, millions of, CFA francs of the salaries of the government officials, and for it to go to the infrastructure, to the development of the country. And he has, he did not buy luxury cars of V8s or whatever latest car you have, you name it, but he bought hundreds of tractors. He has done an immense change in agriculture. Guess what? Burkina Faso was not in the list of countries that produce wheat, but he has put in the past 20 months in the World Index of Burkina Faso to the countries producing wheat. That's what he has done. He has spent what was it, 27 billion francs to invest on the agriculture so that Burkina Faso can be self-sufficient in feeding itself. Okay, he has done, a number of things with regards of mining. He has also banned the export of gold for the natural resources of Burkina Faso to be used for, first and foremost, for the Burkinabes. He has increased the price of gold where they're competing in the world. He has increased it, the bar. So that it's not anymore set by those exploiting companies or French company, most of them, to set the bar, the price of gold, that they have been extracting and looting from Burkina Faso. He has bought a number of military equipments that he raised the standard of and the stance, the look of the military, the defense force of Burkina Faso. Okay, he has created relation when many rejected him. The West rejected. He has created alliance with Russia, with China, with Iran. The Middle East, the Gulf. I mean, we can question whether this is good to turn from one to the other. We always have to value what is the best to the interest of the country, to the interest of the nation. And I hope they have valued that when they do that. So, because I have my own reservation, but in any case, at least we know that those countries that they have turned to create a bilateral relation do not question the leadership of this man. Okay, that they do not dictate, demonize, or sanction the Burkinabe people. And guess what? I mean, last but not least, under his leadership, he has put Burkina Faso in the World Index of best governed countries. Burkina Faso is one of the top because of him. Now, there are things that I haven't also mentioned, like infrastructure, renovating their airport, building bridges, and introducing, not only introducing, but widely investing on green economy, on the solar system, to the extent to power the airport with that when they build the airport. So there is a number of things that he have done, but first and foremost, what we have to look at is what the Burkinabes want, and the Burkinabes have said enough. And on May 11, as you saw, those are the Burkinabes in the stadium coming and voicing their support for Ibrahim Traore. Now, will this so-called Assembly of Legislative for Transition will listen to the people? It's one other question. But one thing I would like to share with you is in the statement that I shared with you earlier. Look, this is what it says in the press briefing, okay, of the minister. If you see here clearly, as where I highlighted, okay, I will read it for you. The meeting will bring together representatives from civil society, political parties, and the military. So in quotation, take stock of the past months, decide whether to continue the transition and what that continuation will be, according to the minister's statement. Okay, this is where I want to stop it. And but let me just add this. Last month, all 17 members of the Legislative Assembly for Transition, ALT, approved a plan for a transition forum, leaving, in quotation, it to the sovereign people who will meet during the National Forum to decide the development of the transition. Okay, enough has been said. So this will give us a hope. At least the decision is considering whether to continue or not. Hopefully he said it will be left also to the sovereign nation. So the nation has said enough, but of course on that decisive day also they will say what they want with the leadership of Ibrahim Traore, which is definitely without doubting for him to continue. So that was it that I wanted to bring you. It's good that I started with a low energy, but again, as I have read and prepared myself before I come to you, but it energized me, as I talk to you. So it's good. It's good with good energy that I'm living in, not with a sad one, because I didn't expect myself even in the next few years that I'm gonna come and report about anything that has to do stepping down of Ibrahim Traore. Okay, if anything, we do not want those coups to happen. There are these Western people, their hand is long, they're trying everything, and we are watching closely what's happening in Senegal. So you keep supporting us and watching and tuning here, and we will bring you not only, as you have seen and noticed, not only on a daily basis, but now even on an hourly. It could be every few hours. We will update you what's happening in Senegal, because we are watching closely, and what's happening also in Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, because these are our hopes. So let me just give a quick shout out. Thank you. I see a lot of people commenting. Just France Augustine, hello. He was here before even I became live. He said, you should stay, my brother. Definitely, we want him to stay. Tony Mosonja too. Okay, love your channel. Thank you, brother. Love it as you're here. I love you all. Osie, you are family. Osie, oh, nice to read your name again, because it has been a while. Osie, he is only just getting started. He's young, strong, and sensible. He has plenty left to give. That I 100% with you. Low Max, this is not the time to step down. I disagree with this decision. Returning to democracy, exactly. We all know now. We don't want to hear that word, democracy. Yahoo Conan Bell. Ibrahim will be back for sure. Good man. Okay. Osie Ekwa, we don't want a sellout like Otarat. Definitely, we don't want. Lomax, I agree with you. Osie is saying Russia kept Putin, Singapore kept Lee Kuan. Western democracy only hinders development. Senegal is an example. If they had a coup, reforms would be quicker and more comprehensive. Well, they have their own explanation. I'm sure, Osie, you have watched my live streaming with brother Lansana. Please go watch it, and I really want your view and your question to be reflected, because the brother promised us to come back again if there is any doubts. Colin Roach, he say Lomax, maybe he will. Okay. Nobody said, thank you, dear sister Mahlet. Please continue to wake us up all the way to America. Assalamu alaikum, my brother. Thank you. Who cares about ministry? Definitely. No, we don't. Honorine as okay. I'm just hearing this. Yeah, definitely. I said I clearly reasoned why. But there are some hopes left that he might well stay. But let's watch closely. You never know. You never know. Anything we do here is for the good of the people in the continent. It has always enemy. So it's good to watch and show your support from wherever you are. I'm still contacting the people from Burkina Faso, the government, to link with the diaspora, because I have seen so many comments and it's my interest. So I'm working on it so that people, they can put their direct question to the government officials, and also to people who wants to invest, who wants to contribute, because they have this way of selling bond to people, and to develop their country. Harry said absurd arguments that he paid or coerced people to definitely. Yeah, the people say a lot. Yes, give thanks, sister. Thank you, Honorine. I hope he puts it out. Yeah. Mahlet, you dedicate. Oh, thank you, Osie. You know, I'm in love with those brothers. I just can't afford as an African, as a mother, as a sister. What can I say? As an African daughter, I can't afford in my lifetime when we know so much to let go those people. No, not when we know so much, not when we are so awakened. We all have to contribute our 2 cents, what we can do to keep them. Something can be done. I mean, regardless of our distance, wherever we are. Warren Evans, I should be there. Okay. Ibrahim Traore has done wonders for Burkina Faso. Yeah, definitely. Yoko Hanan promote him Secretary of Defense. Nay, he should leave the position of president, I think. Yeah, so Lamine, a mosquito will never stop sucking blood, but when you cut the wings, it can't fly again. Those are the Western people. Okay, nice expression. So those of you who are doing again, I am not reading. It's just for a time purpose. Remy Nana, in Africa, we should have a constitution which elects presidents who increase the country's. Wow, I love it. These are the things that we need to discuss in our parliament in Africa, seriously, or globally. These are the things we need to say. Thank you. You know, if not GDP increased after 2 years, bye-bye. What brilliant idea, Remy Nana. Thank you. Harry, I'm going to quote you, okay? But I will use that, your suggestion next time. Harry Smith, oh, thank you for your donation of really something is something. It always helps us. It will, more than anything, it will help me and my analysts to be here more often. So thank you again. I'm so humbled. You can get our what do you call it, PayPal link in the description. I will also pin it in the comment section. More so, you can also help us by sharing the video, tune in, subscribe. Some of you may not be subscribed and still here, so please go ahead and subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you can be notified whenever a new upcoming video. So that was it for me, and I will see you on the next one. Keep tuned. I have a next one. There is a coup in DRC. I'm going to give an analysis on that one just in half an hour time. Okay. Ciao. Bye.